What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're a new viewer, please make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. I know it's been a minute since I've done my last video. I did a video not too long ago about Halloween, the original Halloween, the 1978 version, and I wanted to now do a film that was specifically a Christmas film, leading up to Christmas. We're only 2 weeks away from Christmas. It literally does not feel like it, but I wanted to do one that was centered around that. I was going to do Die Hard, but I know people have their mixed opinions whether that's a Christmas movie or not, so I might do it. Let me know in the comments if you do want to see that video. I'm going to be having more Buffy videos soon. As you can see, I'm in a different location. There's a reason for that, but I'm not going to explain that in this video, and my hair is obviously now blonde. So a lot of different changes have happened, but I promise that I will be uploading more and more. It's just I literally have not been able to upload as much as I want, so I'm really sorry about that, but I will be uploading more. But enough of me rambling. I'm going to be talking about a Christmas film that I absolutely love. It's a Christmas film that I probably do watch every year. It's fun, it's witty, it leaves a smile on your face, it's great for the whole family, even adults enjoy this film. And as we know with Christmas films, there literally isn't that many Christmas films that can sort of fall into the top 50 list of your general Christmas films that are always on that list. But I think this film definitely does top that list, especially for myself, and if it does for you as well, let me know in the comments. But also let me know what your favourite Christmas film is in the comments as well. But before I get into the film, grab your snacks, grab your tea. When we come back, we will be talking about Elf. Now, the reason why I love Elf is because it basically introduced a story that hasn't been told before, especially during the holidays. You know, we get your typical Santa Claus movies, we get sort of Coming Home for Christmas, we've got the Home Alones, Wonderful Story and everything like that, Scrooge, but we never had a story quite like Elf, where the main character also was an elf, and played by Will Ferrell, who is brilliant in this role. And what sets it apart is that it has not only heart but a lot of humour, and it's just very funny throughout, and it kind of just takes you on a journey with Will Ferrell's character and puts him in modern day society, which is not what we get with a lot of traditional Christmas films. This is definitely a bit more relatable because of the backstory behind it, and just trying to fit into society, trying to learn and adapt to different things within modern society, which a lot of us can probably relate to. So yeah, there's a lot in this film, and I'll be going into the top 10 best things about this movie. So the number one top reason why this film is just brilliant is because it's very quotable. You know me, I love quoting films, and I love films that they are classic lines. It's very quotable, and not just for Christmas but all year round. The songs, just some of the quotes throughout the films. Son of a Nutcracker, basically the best way to put it. Francisco, that's fun to say. Francisco. There's a lot of different quotes in this that are just brilliant, and if you know any quotes that you love from this movie, then let me know in the comments. I can go on and on, but I'm not going to spend this whole video quoting Elf, which I can, don't worry, I can. Number two, we have a great cameo from Peter Dinklage. If you don't know who that is, Game of Thrones, you'll probably know who it is. I'll put a picture up on the screen somewhere. He makes a great cameo, and it's just utterly hilarious. In The Office, where he pulls like a tantrum and he climbs on the table and he just goes all crazy. I'll try and insert a clip if I can find it, but he literally makes such a funny cameo. And obviously the timing of when you watch it now compared to obviously knowing his character in Game of Thrones, it's like a completely different world and a completely different character, but he's just brilliant in it, and he just a great cameo. This film has a lot of great people in this film, and they all obviously play their part and add their own little spin to their character. Number three, it has the best first date movie scene ever, especially in a Christmas film. I mean, you've got Christmas trees, you've got Frank Sinatra playing in the background. I need to mess up on that. You've got him playing in the background, you've got all the decorations, you've got Zooey Deschanel. What more can you want with a perfect first date? When you imagine, obviously, Christmas time and taking someone out on a date, especially on a first date, you want it to all be romantic, you want the lights in the background, the perfect music, you want to set the tone. If you want to take any ideas, watch Elf for a perfect first date scene. It's really sweet but funny. She's obviously great in it, she's funny anyway. And yeah, it just gives you some great Christmas first date ideas. Number 4 is basically, if you ever wanted to know how to eat spaghetti, you just need to watch Will Ferrell as the elf eating spaghetti, and you will know why you've been eating it all wrong before. Like, trust me, you've been eating it all wrong. You need to eat it the same way that he eats it in this film, because it is brilliant, it's funny. I'll insert a clip or a picture if I can, but basically just stuffing it all in his mouth. It's hilarious. It's such a great scene, and probably every kid that watched this scene or this film was probably at home just going like that with their food after watching Will Ferrell eat it that way. So rather than just spinning on your fork and eating it, basically just shove it all in your mouth and make it fun. Number 5 is the only thing that could have made Elf any better, is basically adding more singing and music. And that is exactly what we got. We got Elf the musical. I haven't seen that myself. I don't actually know if it's still going on or if we can go watch it at the moment, but it was turned into a musical and I heard a lot of great things about it. I've seen clips, but basically if you want more music, if you want more singing from the characters, just go watch the musical, because it's probably just as good as the film, just with more singing. And not many films, especially Christmas films, have their own musicals, but obviously with Elf we got that, and it's brilliant that we can make Elf into a musical. Like, out of all the films, what other Christmas film would you make into a musical other than Elf? Number 6 is it turns any critic, any cynical person, any Grinch into a heart-warming person basically when they watch this film, because it's like, if you hate Christmas, or if you don't celebrate Christmas, or you just hate anything to do with the holidays, just watch Elf, because I promise you it will warm your heart, it will make you laugh, it will make you smile, it will make you believe that there is good and magic in this world, and it just leaves a smile on your face. And that is what Christmas movies should do, and that's what we get from some of the classic Christmas films, but we just add a little bit more human into this film, and it can literally make you feel good just by watching it, especially around this time of the year, because it's not easy, and I know it's not easy for a lot of people, but this film definitely does cheer you up. So if you are a Scrooge or a Grinch, watch this film, because I guarantee you will be feeling so much more better after watching it. And especially the timing of this film when it came out in 2003, the US especially wasn't ready for a sort of whimsical comedy set in New York City, especially after the events of 9/11. But when this film came out, it worked, and it made you love the city even more. It made you think of positive things when you think of New York City and all the good and the magic that New York City has to offer. And I think it may not have come at a good time, but also it did come at a good time, because it opened people's hearts up, it warmed their hearts, it made them smile, and it just made them appreciate New York City that much more. Number 7 is you basically realised that your decorating skills for Christmas just weren't up to standard. If we see Buddy decorate the Christmas tree and put up the decorations, you will think, why have I been not decorating like this the whole time? Like, instead of putting up a little bit of tinsel here, a little bit of this here, that there, just chuck it all on the tree. Why not? Just make it look fun, make it look just out there, because a lot of the times, I think, especially for Christmas, we want everything to be perfect, we want it to look good, we want it to just be flattering, but sometimes we forget that it should be fun and it should be about the family and kids just having fun. And sometimes you just gotta throw those decorations on the tree, decorate, make it fun for the kids, and not really care of the aesthetics, because in life we always care about aesthetics, whether it's our Instagram feed, whether it's, you know, how we decorate our house or the way we present ourselves. But sometimes, especially for Christmas, we just have to let that go and just be like, F it, I'm gonna decorate how I want. I don't care if this looks out of place, if that looks out of place, if there's about 10 different colours on this tree. We have to do it like Buddy. So if you're gonna decorate, if you haven't decorated already, or if you have, just think to yourself, did I do it like Buddy? And then you will know your answer. Number 8 is basically not finding it cute in other movies when a guy sneaks into the woman's bathroom. Now, if you kind of let it go because it's Buddy and you kind of think it's sweet and not as creepy as it would be in other films. Maybe in other films you're like, this is kind of creepy. Have you ever seen Michael Myers walk into a bathroom and, you know, try and sneak through all those doors to see if there's anyone hiding? Yeah, creepy. You get serial killer vibes, right? But now if you kind of think, oh, it's sweet because it's Buddy, he's innocent, he's cute, he's funny, so you kind of let that go. And this is probably the only time where you'll be like, okay, fine, it's kind of sweet, the guy sneaking into the girl's bathroom and making this whole little presentation about. Number 9 is the Arctic puppets. When we see all the animation at the North Pole, it kind of takes you back to your childhood and the claymation that you had in films back in the day, where the puppets were all sort of made, handcrafted, made out of clay. They weren't CGI, they weren't this, they weren't that, and it just takes you back. And I think that's what makes this movie have heart, is because of that reason. It just gives the adults that sense of nostalgia, brings them back to their childhood, but also introduces kids from this generation, or kids that grew up watching Elf, just an what is wrong with me? Let's just cut it right here. Appreciation for claymation and the work that goes into creating these puppets that you don't tend to get in films nowadays. And I really haven't noticed it in any other films after that sort of early 2000s period as much. I mean, I may be wrong, let me know in the comments, other films that use this technique, but it just warms your heart seeing those little bits put in there, because it does take you back to those classic Christmas movies and childhood movies that you grew up watching. The last but not least point, which is number 10, is watching Buddy get accidentally drunk is probably the most funniest thing that you will watch. I think it's because there's some kind of innocence with his character, so watching him get drunk is just brilliant. It probably reminds you of a time when you got drunk for the first time, or your friend or your cousin or whatever, and making fun of them for getting drunk. It kind of reminds you of that. So watching him get drunk is just brilliant, and it's definitely a scene to watch over and over again if you do enjoy that kind of thing. And to end it off, basically Elf is the Mean Girls of the Christmas movie genre. It's just one of the most quotable movies around. So is Mean Girls when it comes to teen rom-com kind of films, and Clueless of the 90s. So there are a few films that are just completely quotable in their own sort of genres, and Elf is definitely that type of movie for Christmas. I'm literally gonna go watch it again, especially leading up to Christmas, like I said, 2 more weeks. But yeah, let me know your favourite Elf quotes in the comments, what you love about Elf, who your favourite character is, or like I said, what your favourite Christmas film is if it's not Elf. So grab a buddy, a hot chocolate, a blanket, and just put the film on and enjoy Elf for what it is, and it will put a smile on your face, I can guarantee that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this movie. I hope you enjoyed it. There's probably so many more things that I could list as to what makes Elf such a great film. Like I said, there's going to be more videos. I'm still trying to figure out sort of what background to do in this new room, so I'm not sure, but yeah, definitely more videos. Let me know if you want to see Die Hard, whether you think it's a Christmas film or not, and if you enjoy this video, put a little Christmas tree or something Christmassy in the comments. Is there an elf emoji? I don't know. If there is, put that in the comments and let me know that you enjoyed this film. And again, as always, I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care and happy Christmas.